At some point during this episode, the mother of all bombs is going to drop directly onto my forever world, obliterating everything. And if I want to survive, then my only hope is to build a nuclear bunker far below the surface where I will spend the rest of my days. I'm kidding, obviously. I'm not going to nuke my base that I love dearly, but we are going to build a doomsday shelter because, well, I think it'll be fun. I was also looking at this piece of terrain the other day and thinking it would be perfect to have something built directly into it, which led to the birth of this episode as well as the creation of this big old vault door. Now I know what you're thinking, that is not a door. You're right, we'll sort that very soon. But I'm hoping you can tell that this is a little bit inspired from a vault door you would see in Fallout. That was the original inspiration, though I did get some more specific Minecraft inspiration from Rail Design, so I'm going to leave a link to their stuff in the description down below. It's very rare that I build with yellow, I'm realizing. There's nothing else really in my base that is this color, so it's a welcome change. But I'm hoping it's at least a little bit reminiscent of the classic nuclear symbol. It's not got the right amount of proportions, but working in thirds in Minecraft is very difficult, so I cut it into quarters instead. Isn't that looking a lot better? It's fully embedded into the wall now and just generally looks better than it did when it was floating there. Now there is still a fair bit of work to do with the terrain at some point. It's by far from perfect, but I actually plan on turning this entire patch of grass into snow at some point, and honestly I'll probably save that for a live stream project. So for the meantime, this is how we're leaving it. Actually just seen something. I need a snow block right here. Actually I can probably just... There we go. Now I need a snow block there. And kaplunk. There we go. Crisis averted. One thing that we're definitely missing from the vault is a number. In Fallout, all the vaults have some kind of number on the front of the door, so I don't really have enough room for like a big number, but I have enough room for a little number. So 713. That, oops, is the number of our vault. Now, I know what you're all thinking. How does this door open? Well, luckily enough, if we just come over here and place a button and press it, we have our way in. Oh yeah, that's right, I did a redstone. It is not perfect. I wish you couldn't see this piston, but I tried to make it go downwards and flush and a lot better, and I nearly had a mental breakdown, so that right there is gonna do the job. Now that we have the door completely built, we can actually start on the vault itself, so I'm gonna head inside and, well, do a bit of an outfit change, so if you don't mind. Now, do I look the part or what? I feel like I'm now more ready than ever to survive a hypothetical nuclear winter. Ooh. Oh, that didn't sound great. Well, we're stuck in here now, so may as well start digging out the vault. First, I was going to build a flying machine elevator so I could actually have an elevator to take me down this shaft, and then I kind of realized I will never ever use it. I'll always just pick the fastest route possible. So I have tried to make it look elevator-ish. Maybe if this wasn't flooded with water it could go up and down, but instead we've just got the water drop and a bubble column back here. And maybe pretty unnecessarily, but I have made a gradient going from snow all the way down to deep slate just to kind of show off how far down into the world we're actually going. An unnecessary amount of work, and you can't even see it really because it's too dark most of the time, but still kind of cool nonetheless. And now we have reached yet another impassable wall, so need to get digging once more. I'm just above deep slate level here, so I was hoping to find some regular diamond ore, and I found 5, which I guess is good, I don't know. I know it's one of the rarer ore blocks to find, so I always collect them, though I don't really know what I'm collecting them for. I've just got them in a shulker box at the moment. But either way, regardless of how many ores we have, this is our hole and it should suffice pretty well. So the first room that we're going to work on is the, of course, entrance room, where we enter the vault after dropping down into it. But essentially going to be slightly multifunctional and be used as the power room at the same time. So we're going to see this style of wall a little bit more as and when we do each of the rooms, but I've tried to give them like all a base color and then just add a little bit of texture with similar looking blocks just to kind of show some wear and tear. Which is going to look a whole lot better if we add some more stuff around here to drag away the attention elsewhere. Like whatever this is in the wall, maybe some kind of inbuilt machine. Or a on and off switch for the non-existent elevator. Maybe a small work area with a laptop for whoever is stationed inside of here. And then some other kind of machine just beside it. Possibly a control panel on this table to operate something. It could be to do with the main power source, which is going inside of here. Now this may not be the biggest looking power source in the world, but it is going to be the most unnecessarily expensive power source in the world. We're going to have an armor stand on top of a daylight detector to get it an extra little bit of height. If I can place this down. Hello, am I in the way? I was in the way. Get those two back. And on top of that armor stand is going to be a netherite helmet. Don't ask me why it's that good of a helmet, it just is. But we needed it enchanted to get it to glow a little bit. Then we're going to push a sea lantern down into it. If I could just borrow the button. There we go. Get rid of that one. So now our helmet just kind of looks like a block of some kind. We can have a hopper up there so we get that little bit poking down. And then the final piece needed, a heavy core. I've had this lying in a chest for the longest time waiting for a good use, and well, this is it. So we can go ahead and cover that back up again, and there we go. That is our power source of some kind. I don't know what it's meant to be, but it's kind of like this is something of power floating there above something else of power. I don't know, but it's expensive and I think it looks kind of cool. And this in theory is what's powering the entire vault. So whatever it is, it's got to have some kind of oomph to it, I guess. Oh, I nearly forgot. We got to place the button back as well. There we go. It's perfect. Oh look, a slime farm too. Nice, I actually need some more of them. So the entrance power room is going to lead into a corridor which then shoots off into 5 different directions to 5 more rooms. And those rooms are storage and then farming, the kitchen and then the facilities. And then this unlabeled room right at the end of the corridor is quite simply the bedroom / recreation. But I think next up we are going to work on something pretty important, the farming room. So for this room I tried to emulate the real world a little bit, back up on the surface. So that's why we have these lovely green walls, as well as a ceiling made out of stripped, warped and pale oak wood, which hopefully looks a little bit like the sky and some clouds. Obviously it's nothing like the real world, but I think that kind of works down here. You wouldn't want something super realistic looking. I think a poor representation like this actually works pretty well in these circumstances. And obviously the giant hole in the center is going to be reserved for our farmland. We're going to have ourselves 4 separate strips actually, 1 for each crop type. We can just give all of these a quick hoeing. And I know this seems like a strange thing to add, but on all of these rows we're going to have a line of anvils. And they are going to be the rails to keep our farming machine from going off track. So I'm imagining this is the type of thing that kind of pushes back and forth, and the brewing stand is some sort of harvester / waterer / other farming stuff. It's an all-in-one machine, basically. But we are going to need an extra helping hand, which is where these guys are coming in. Got 4 composters, so I'm just going to pop a copper golem, which supposedly would come to life when there are crops to be harvested. Another thing that's going to be pretty important is some lighting, so I'm just kind of making some of these dangling lights that, one, do light up the area quite a lot, and also look like they would be helping out the crops to grow a little bit. They look like they could be heat lamps of some kind. And then the final piece of the puzzle is, of course, to plant some crops. So while all of our crops are growing up, we are going to head over here to work on the storage room. A shocker, I know. The storage is full of storage, as well as a secret door, which leads to another door, which leads to nothing at the moment. We will do something with that later, I promise. But yes, nice and simple storage room. I don't think we need much else in here really, other than what's planned out, but you know, later. For now, we gotta figure out which room is next. It's either kitchen, facilities, or the bedroom. I can think of only one way to decide. Ibble obble black bubble ibble obble out. Ibble obble black bubble ibble obble out. Okay, kitchen is. In case you're wondering what I just said, don't worry about it. It's a British thing. Which, honestly, some of you guys may never have even heard of before. Ugh. Okay, now I need to know. Does anyone know what I just said, or is that just a me thing? So far, all of the 3 rooms we've done feel very vaulty. I want something that doesn't feel like I'm hundreds of blocks underground. So for this kitchen, I'm just making a kitchen. Something you'd see in a bog standard house. Lots of little details and stuff on shelves, all of your kitchen appliances, everything you could possibly need. As well as round the corner here, we have plenty of storage of all sorts of foodstuffs. It does feel very cozy inside of here. Makes me want to cook a nice warm meal. I don't know how good of a kitchen this would actually be in an apocalyptic scenario, but I don't think that matters too much. It's got the necessities, we got an oven, we got a fridge, we got a sink, we got workspace. What more could you need? I guess in a vault scenario, it's probably good to have some rooms that remind you of normality, otherwise you'd go a little bit insane. Okay, looks like our crops are slowly beginning to grow. We might have a couple of dull spots with the lighting, so may have to bring some bone meal over at some point. But in the meantime, let's focus on the facilities, which is basically just going to be a bathroom. And a very white one at that. Yeah, maybe a little bit too white for a vault, but I think it works with a bit of texturing, dulls it down a little bit. I'll be honest, I was kind of running out of terracotta colors where I could find similar textured blocks, or colored blocks I should say. White was basically my only option for in here. But we may as well roll with it, so it's only going to get whiter and brighter. Of course, we need ourselves a toilet with a flush. Having a sink is definitely going to be a good idea. We can get ourselves a little bar of soap and a flush. Or, sorry, a tap. Big difference. Big difference. Of course, we need ourselves a nice shower to relax in with multiple shower flushes. Shower heads. Man, isn't the lever just so versatile? And not 1, not 2, but 3 mirrors. Is that really what I look like? You know, I look good. I look really good, actually. So here it is, a nice little bathroom area, fit with every facility we could possibly need. But with the facilities now finished, we are left with one final room, right at the end of the corridor here. And the last addition, a little friend. Where'd he go? I've lost him. There you are. I think it'd be nice to have some company down here so I don't get mightily lonely. Why is he just pulsating like that? But anyway, here we have the final room, the piece of resistance, the bedroom, filled with everything I could possibly need. A bed, that's kind of a no-brainer. Obviously our aquarium. Nice little table and chair so I can eat my meals over here. plenty of artwork on the walls, and maybe most importantly, a big fat television with cushions on the seats. So hopefully I won't go insane down here because of this room. Fingers crossed there's some good stuff on the TV, otherwise I just gotta stare at this guy forever. And now, with the final room finished, we are left with just one last thing to do, which is to build what is going behind not this door, but this door. As you guys probably know by now, I like to give my builds a bit of a function or some kind of purpose, otherwise I'll never visit them. And especially the vault being this far down underground, I know if there wasn't a reason to come back here, I never would. So I figured a farm of some kind would be a good idea. The question was, what farm would go along with the vault theme? And I racked my brain for a while trying to think of something that A, I needed, and B, would match everything going on down here, and I came up completely short. I could think of nothing that had both of those qualities. So in the end, I simply went with something that I need. Like, really, really badly need. This is a mangrove tree farm, something I've been meaning to do for a really, really long time. I absolutely despise gathering mangrove wood, like most of you do too as well, I'm sure. But I've been wondering for a while whether or not I should build a farm, and eventually I've caved. You could give me 10,000 hours and I would never be able to build something like this. So I'm using a design by a creator called Anwar, which of course I'll leave credits to in the description down below. But don't ask me how it works because I simply don't know. Redstone probably, I would guess. Something to do with that at least. The main reason why I've been hesitant to build this farm is because nowadays I'm trying to do more stuff that I've come up with by myself. But honestly, it's got to a point where I'm not even using these blocks in my builds because I don't want to harvest it, and I don't really like that, so yeah, here's the farm. Now, I haven't actually tested it. I think I built everything right, but I guess we'll give it a go. Well, it's a bit of a state in here now, and I'm out of mangrove propagules, so I'll maybe have to make a farm for them at some point. But in just 4 minutes, whoops, climbing the vines, we have got... Oh, that's the wrong chest. This much mangrove wood. So, yeah, pretty good. Given the efficiency of that farm, I don't know how often I'll be down here, but it's nice to give it a purpose. So, from time to time, I will actually be visiting our lovely vault here. Oh wait, no, I forgot about the explosion. Oh, maybe I'm stuck. It may have cleared up now. Let's go check it out. I'm scared. Is my base going to be one giant hole now? Guess there's only one way to find out. Oh. Oh no, would you look at that? We're fine. Well, I guess after all we didn't need to build a vault, but I suppose we've got one now if all hell breaks loose, so it's nice to have somewhere safe to go. But thank you everybody so much for watching. I really hope you did enjoy, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now. Just gonna head back inside and change outfits. I'm not gonna dwell in a vault anymore, so yeah, better go change my clothes.